Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the one and the only, the MRC show that never ends. I apologise on behalf of everybody here in MRC. We are just started a little bit late. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues with our lead commentator, and no one was able to fill in for us this evening. So I have just finished my own commentary, and now I have joined us for the end of the Tier 4 boys here in the land of the rising sun. And we are just coming to the end of qualifying. All we'll do is be able to have a quick rundown where it's currently Delta Manu in provisional pole position, 4 tenths ahead of Josh Boy, with Isaac currently in third. KG reserve was on the hard tyres. Now we've got Sternberg leaving the pits. GXD, that sounds like some hair straighteners. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I'll have to ask my partner and she will know if they are, that's what we're having. Little Louis is there in 7th ahead of Man Connor Hardy. The bottle job is there in 10th. Then we've got Smoggy Ghost, Fire Rooster. Geke is... I've never seen him missing that much of a front wing, but he is out, I think, of this session, and he's parked. No, he has just lost that much. Apologies, season fit there as well. That didn't help. So yeah, Geke Matthew, that was a different one for him. We'll leave that one. He will start from 19th. Armour there as well with West Ham. Connor 2.0 now pops it into 11th. Right behind his namesake as well. So we're getting into the final crux of it. Let's have... Ooh, did I tell you? Josh Boy without a front wing. Josh Boy is very much without a front wing. That car seems to be handling okay. I think we have a little bit of a lobby glitch here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave it be from Josh Boy. The hair straighteners has just finished a lap. He is there. Excuse me. Let's go back to our provisional pole sitter. Going through into Spoon Corner for the final time. All nose scones intact on the chrome liveried McLaren as he seeks the pole position. A little bit wide through the exit of Spoon. Got out Tier 4 boys allowed a little bit. Yeah, there's another one without a nose cone. Seems to be a theme this evening. But there we are. Purple middle sector for Manu. How's this going to be through the Casio triangle? Can he push on? What's this time going to be? He's going to cement his pole position. Is it going to be in the 27s? It's a tiniest improvement. Where is Isaac? He's finished a lap. He is in. He's also missing a nose cone. What on earth is going on this evening? I hope this is just a qualifying thing, because that's a bit strange. GXD is done. Sternberg has popped it up into... he's currently on his fast lap. As the checkered flag has fallen. Nose cone's intact on the Mercedes, using his overtake battery. As I mentioned, there are a few more assists allowed here in Tier 4. We normally see on a Monday evening for the Tier 1 and Tier 2 boys. This is for the more entry level. Allowing people who are learning, people who are just adapting. Good improvement. This could see him close to GXD. This could see him on the second row of the grid. Sternberg, if he nails the Casio triangle, looks all nice and neat. And then putting the foot down, pedal to the metal. Power to the line. Is it going to be an improvement? It is a second row. Beats GXD. So good improvement from Sternberg. What about Scottish Mavis in the pits? Blurred Magic. Was he missing a nose cone as well? Yes, the Kickstarter was both missing nose cones this evening. And he looks like he is done for the session. So there is qualifying, folks. So, excuse me that my voice is going. I have just done commentary myself. Please do get involved. Please do join us. Please do join me in the YouTube chat. It would be fantastic to have you, of course, joining me. But yeah, here we are. So, Stelter takes pole position from Isaac in second, Josh Boy in third, Sternberg in fourth, ahead of GXD in fifth, KG in sixth, Scottish Mav in seventh, Smoggy Ghost in eighth, Louis ninth, and Connor in 10th. So in a moment we will go through Josh Boy or Blur Magic just hitting the pit lane. And once we do, I'm sure we'll go through the rest of the standings. I say please do get involved. So, here we have the far chase cam, which is absolutely disgusting. So, there we are. Connor in 10th this evening. Hope he's feeling well. Not for he's feeling a bit under the weather, but here are your provisional grid for this Tier 4 race. As mentioned, the top 10. Now we have Man in 11th, Connor. Hardly the other Red Bull in 12th, head of Fire J Rooster. Owen in 14th, Maverick in 15th, Blur Magic 16th, then Rassam, Armour, and Geki was disqualified. So I know we've only just come on air, as mentioned, so we do apologise for the delay in the stream and me not being up to speed, because this is a very last minute second. I finished commentary and I have had 2 minutes to have a breather and then straight into this. So here we are. This is the last race of the week. Hey, sorry, I apologise, it is our 4th race of the week. We do have, of course, tomorrow Tier 0 action here in the land of the rising sun. And then we have beautiful, slight cloud, but lovely weather for our Tier 4 boys. A little bit different to what the Tier 2 boys faced the other day on Monday evening, and I'm sure the Tier 4 boys are going to be very happy about that indeed. One figure to note of this Suzuka circuit here in Japan is, as you can see on the screen, the pit lane is very, very steep indeed, as the start-finish straight is, as well as you can see the pit boxes there. Each one is raised slightly, so they're on their own flat pillar, if you like, and their own podium to have a very square pit stop, and so the pit boxes are on a level ground. It is quite disconcerting when you are in a car and coming out of the pit box. The track does seem to slope down when you're looking out. It's very unconcerning. It's very strange to see that we do have here, of course, a figure of 8 circuit. And in Formula 1, the only figure of 8 circuit that we visit, one of very few in the world, and I'm actually intrigued now for all of our viewers who have a bit more knowledge, a bit more nous about them than I do. It's going to be just to see if you can name any other figure of 8 racing circuits in the world, because let's be honest, I can't name any. So please do. We're lovely to hear from you and lovely to join us while we're in the break. We've got a couple of minutes still to go while the drivers are picking their strategy. Staffy's looking for good evening, Staffy. Thank you for joining. He's looking and supporting Scottish Ninja this evening. But yeah, we've got quite a good championship going on here in Tier 4, as we do across all of our tiers in MRC. So while drivers are picking their tyres, picking their strategies, having a little bit of a comfort break as well, I will just quickly grab the standings for everybody. Excuse me. And it is quite close. I mean, I say that. Josh Boy currently is leading the way in the championship. Has been very strong this season. Indeed, he is leading with a total of 108 points. Second place is GXD. He is there in second, 33 points adrift on 75 points. Has a little bit of a cushion as well to Smoggy Ghost there in third. He was 11 points further back. Then it gets very, very tight behind. The biggest points gap is further back, which is 9 points. That's way, way down the order. But we've then got Isaac, Sternberg, Mann, Brindle, who isn't with us unfortunately this evening. Louis in there. Senna, I think, is trying to join the grid, who's a little bit late, so he'll start from the back. Nolan as well, Delta Manu, the man on pole position. Had some good races. Missed the first few at the start of the season, but been very strong. A couple of second places as well last few races. So he felt some bumped up the order, and another strong result. Could see him really challenging further up. The constructors is a lot tighter affair. Let's be perfectly honest. Williams are leading the way, 143 points to the Alpines in second, 21 points further adrift, and then the Ferraris in third on 103, which is 19 points further back from the Alpines. So again, big strong results could make or break a race. So a lot can happen here this evening. So we've got Connor Scott this evening. Frank, hello. All your Scale Electrics trucks in the 70s were figure of eight. To be fair, yeah, I also had Scale Electrics, and I do agree. I used to annoy my parents because one would go under a sofa, round a sofa. Yeah, it was brutal, but it was great fun. 3 races in 1 week for you, Connor. I know, my friend, you have been incredible. So expecting big things from you. Because you had some very good races earlier. So in that you're going to be what I call track blind, where you've done it so much that it just becomes a little bit of a blur. But best of luck for you, my friend. Manu, good evening as well. Thank you for joining. Don't forget, folks, to hit the share and also hit the like button as well. As we've only got a minute or so before we start, and as we can tell, there is me and I in the lonesome here, bringing you the commentary for MRC once again, and I have done for the last 4 years or so. It's a fantastic community we have here. Over 680 subscribers to our YouTube channel. We can get a bit more than that, can't we, folks? I'm sure we can get well over the 1,000. I don't think that's a problem. So do hit the share, do hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll be notified 5 times a week when we go live with esports Formula 1 racing right there in your living room, to your phones, to your tablets, whether you're on the bus, the tube, the tram. What else do you have? Subway, whatever you have elsewhere in the world. So please do join us. We'd love to have our fantastic international audiences with us and supporting our drivers. So just a countdown now. I have had a little bit of a potential weather warning, where we could see a bit of excitement at the end of the race. Now, the weather is approximate, it is not exact, but also from that, if there are any potential stoppages or bits that slow the race down, that could bring that into play. Now then, let's have a look. Bit of a split in the tyres here. So the top 5 all on medium tyres. KG on the hards. He is reserving, so he will pit anyway at the end of the first lap. We have then got mediums for the drivers, then Louis Mann on the hard tyres, 5J and Owen as well. Maverick looking for a strong start, then the mix of those hard tyre runners trying to make some places, I am sure, off the start of this race. Usually a one-stop strategy, this one, where you try and take those medium tyres to about lap 12-13 if possible, and then switch to the hard compound tyres. Lose about 24 seconds in a pit stop, so it's about average, a little bit longer than average in terms of that. Isaac, that's not what he needs. The man in second place, struggling with connection issues. Hopefully he's able to get back in before his car reaches the grid and can take control once again. The man in second, that is really... Oh, I'm sure he's not happy right now. Excuse me. But Manu just doing what he needs to do. He's got actually a bit of a gap. He's just driving around, sort of getting the heat into those tyres. Doesn't want to take too much life out of them. You tend not to have a wear indicator on the formation lap, but when it does get to the race itself, you could potentially have a bit of wear on those tyres. So the wear, vitally important. Temperature even more so around here. But Isaac managed to join. Hopefully he'll get in his car before the start of the race. But as Manu now comes to... Oh, Senna's had an issue. I don't think you could actually pick a car. That's why. You should have been able to, Senna. So, a bit disappointing. Difficult ones this evening for many drivers. Seems to be a few connection issues throughout. But now all the drivers just picking their grid slots. Hopefully able to park. With the green to purple border. Fire J Rooster forgot how to park. He's a bit too far back, or went through it. As there's That might be Rassam joining the grid, but now here we are, folks. Tier 4 action. We now have 3, 4, 5 red lights. Tier 4 in Japan. Let's go racing. It's a good start from Delta Manu in pole position. Difficult one for Isaac, who's trying to get hold of his car, but look at this, 3 abreast going down into turn 1. We've got a Ferrari having a look as well. It's Josh round the outside into turn 2 as well. I think Isaac's just about got his car squeezed onto the grass. Look at Isaac, he can't go through into the gravel. He's trying to get back on track. Disaster for the man in second place. GXD holds off KG in 4th. Smoggy Ghost up 3 already into 5th. Great start from him. Struggling from Sternberg. Scottish Map is there in 7th. Holding position. Connors are up a few places. Isaac, disaster start for the man in 2nd. Difficult one for the RBs at this point. But Delta Manu got a great launch. He was unchallenged into turn 1, and away he goes. Josh by GXD nose to tail already on this opening lap. Let's go back to, where's the tyres? There we are. KG will pit. He's headed Smoggy Ghost and Sternberg. All very, very close. Further down the order, biggest gap of these at the front. KG on the hard tyres will have to pit, but everybody, ooh, who was that went very wide? That was Connor. Centre difficult again, couldn't find a car. That's unfortunate for him. Connor. Well, it looks like everybody's got a front nose cone, which is better than we had at the end of qualifying. Connor, yep, struggling with the grip now, KG. Which would be, oh, he's missing an end plate actually. There's KG, but I think he's going to pit anyway. Kingsley, which he does, which is great, but now look at this. DRS is now enabled. 1 DRS zone here in Japan. Down the start-finish straight, you've got to be close. It doesn't really help much. Reserving corner 2.0 has pit armour, and Rassam have pitted as well as reserving drivers at the end of lap 1. So all conforming to the rule book. But that's made Smoggy Ghost a bit further adrift from the top 3 now. 2.3 seconds, but he'll be in a cleaner air situation. So now he's just got to hold off the charging pack behind and maybe use those tyres, maybe use that cleaner air to try to drag himself close to the back of GHD. Josh by just 1.2, so Manu just holding that gap. We come to Spoon for the 2nd time. This is where the dirty air can really kick in. You get a little bit wide through there, carry too much speed in the first part, can really push you out wide, and once you're over the exit curve as well, through the middle part, very, very difficult, lose a lot of time, and even they just got to be very patient through the second part as well. Josh Boy closing in, had a good last sector there, or end of middle sector I should say, close to the back of Delta Manu, so now this is going to be very close. DRS now going to be used for the first time in this 27 lap race. As this moves, Isaac now on the charge back. Josh Boy has set the fastest lap but so far. As we go lap 2, DRS active on the Williams as he closes to the back of Delta. Not close enough yet, someone goes dropped off the back. He's now dropped to Sternberg and Connor as well, doing battle with Scottish Nav. He's now got through. So Connor pushing on up into 6th. Now, what can he do? Charge down Sternberg ahead of him. Now, I mentioned there weren't many gaps early on. Now that a few gaps have formed. Man, a little bit on his own. 2 seconds to Fire J behind him. 2.5. He's got Geke, who was disqualified with no front nose cone. I'm not sure why, but he had no front nose cone. Certainly does now on the kick, Sauber. Maverick very close behind him. Now then, look at this, Josh Boy. Very close to Delta Manu. Very close indeed. They've dropped GXD a little bit more. But GXD, the DRS detection point is about round here before the Casio triangle. So if you get a good run, you can really put these three, pulling away from Smoggy Ghost at an absolute rate of knots. Sternberg closing on Smoggy Ghost as well. So Smoggy just not having the confidence at this stage of the race on those medium tyres, which should be up to temperature, should be feeling okay right now. But heavy fuel, of course, so the cars do behave just that bit differently. They're quite sluggish at points. What's happened there? Scottish Mavericks got through with the DRS on Connor. That's what happened there, so another change of position. So I think that battle will go on quite some time, but they need to be starting to look ahead in closing to Sternberg. Whoa, what's happened there? Delta went wide in the second Degner's. Well, just looking through the gaps, Delta Manu's second Degner, easy to run, too hot in there, and he just caught the gravel, and that's allowed Josh and GXD to get through. So all the hard work that Manu did in qualifying the start of this race to defend as well has now come undone on lap 4. What can he do then? Is he just going to be able to clean those tyres up, get his head down, and start to push, get back in the zone and refocus? But I think unless he has a big push through 130, I think he's going to be, and he is, he's going to be outside of the DRS detection point. So that could hamper him by a couple of tenths down the start-finish rate. The start of this next lap would look like a little bit slidey as well. Sternberg has closed in on Smoggy Ghost behind. Scottish Marv and Connor still doing battle 6th and 7th, but just going to keep our eye on this lead battle for now, because last time we went away from it, look what happened. So we'll try and stick with it, but I'll keep an eye on those delta times further back as well, bringing as much of the action as we possibly can. As Manu, oh wow, very snaky through the edge, lost the rear through the final part of the S's up Dunlop, trying to recover. Smoggy goes through. Delta just pushing on as he trying to get back in the zone, just getting that dirty air, really pushing, and it's now cost him massively, now down to 5th place. That McLaren may be a bit light on the rear wing, I wonder. Because you tend to think this is those rears are really snaky, aren't they? They're not feeling good. You can see it on the back of that chrome livery McLaren. You think it's a high downforce circuit, and generally speaking, yes, it is a high downforce circuit, absolutely. But I've heard a few drivers running quite low in terms of the downforce as well, which does explain our Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 1 boys just, well, disappearing off in the distance. Let's be honest, especially to me. On Monday evening. Good evening all 14 of you. Please do hit the thumbs up like button while you're watching. Please do get involved as well. Please do join me in the YouTube chat. It'd be great to hear from you all. Show your support. And who you're following as well this evening. Manu is pushing on. Using the last of his batteries. He's going to try and have a look at Sternberg. He can't get close enough. Sternberg far enough ahead and fast enough in a straight line, but Sternberg wasn't able to get close enough to Smoggy Ghost this time round as well. But let's keep an eye on this, because GXD's had a big moment somewhere as well. 4 seconds off the back of Josh Boy now, as Fire Rooster has pitted as well. The other McLaren. Oh, look at this. Smoggy, just that clean air through the S's, the first sector. Really paying dividends there. Sternberg struggled to stick with him, dropped off a little bit, but Delta was able to keep close under the rear wing of the Mercedes ahead. Oh, he could have a look into it. Oh, there's a bit of collision locked up on a crash. Delta, as he lost his end of flight. No, he hasn't actually. Ah, that was so unlucky. I think Sternberg just braked where he was going to brake, caught Delta out, was having a look, then thought of it, had to then make a move, couldn't get the car stopped, had a lock up, so you could tell he was fully on the brakes trying to avoid it, and that is desperate. Our pole sitter now down to 8th place. So high drama, high excitement already, especially for Manu. He's been in the wars and in the centre of it all so far, but now the gaps are really starting to form. Connor on the back of Scottish Marv. Will Connor throw in the bottle and call it quits, we'll see, but he's got 3 seconds of warnings. Oh, just took too much to the Casio Triangle. Gets a good run though. We'll have the DRS down the start finish straight through on Scottish Mav. I think that battle is going to keep on raging, I think, as long as this race goes on. a little bit further back. Got Geke Matthew, one of our Dutch drivers. Let's have him back with us. Took a bit of a hiatus a couple of seasons ago. Got former commentator as well, joined us for a little while. Bringing in the action from MRC. Take a bit of a break and is now back in Tier 4. Battling there with Isaac on the charge back. Had that connection issue early on, and then into turn 3 went a little bit wide, was pushed slightly into the grass. Evening, Nels, lovely to have you, my friend. Thank you for joining the chat as well, all 18 of you. Lovely to have you. As I say, please do hit the thumbs up button for a bit of support for MRC and F1, and of course the Tier 4 boy as well. There's only 7 of you, so come on folks, what are you playing at? Let's get us into double figures, shall we? It only takes seconds, folks, and you're not going to lose any of the action. But Geke holding off Maverick. Isaac on this charge that he had, the difficult opening lap. Saw him from second on the grid, couldn't take control of his car. Then good, and was unfortunate battling with Josh Boy. Then dropped him down the order, and now is on his way back up, pushing on. As on the verges of the top 10. As Geke and Maverick still doing battle. West now is the train, and as I had to back out a little bit, had a bit of a difficult castle track, went a little bit deep through the first part, couldn't get the traction down. Maverick having a little, wasn't quite close enough to have a look into turn 1 and 2. But all the gaps ahead, everybody is sort of apart from Manu, who is now on the back of Man, outside of the DRS of one another, so that breeds opportunity. Actually, Scottish Marvin, he's dropped off the back of Connor. Now Connor's made that move. A 3-second penalty. The only man with a penalty is Mr. Hardy, currently sitting there in 5th. We'll see what he can do to close down the back of the top 4 ahead. As mentioned, everybody out of DRS Delta on a charge back, having a difficult opening third of this race so far, but still not giving up. And that is a big crash though! Huge crash with Delta and Man. Oh, got it down. Well, we'll see. That's the safety car is out. Front wing damage, Man as well, I think has got part of it, but 10-second penalty for Delta Man, who a pole sitter is in the wars once again this evening. That could be, I wonder if that's the racing line, Man following the racing line, and just where's Josh Boy, our leader, 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. Oh, everything's happening this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So glad you're all tuning in. Please do hit the thumbs up. Wow, this is excitement already. Now our first stoppage. Let's have a look. Well, let's wait and see what happens. Now, maybe Delta Man could serve it in the pit lane. He's going to need a new front nose cone, but every single driver in the pits, the people it's going to hurt are those who started on the hard compound tyres. That's who it's going to hurt more than anybody else, because they will have to have another pit stop. They will not be able to take 18 laps to the medium tyres. Well, potentially after safety cars it may feel a little, it won't feel great, but they possibly could. Those who go on the hard tyres could potentially go to the end of this race as well. So once everything settles itself down, we shall have a look at the grid and the positions lost and won. Well, big crash there, did well not for no DNFs, because that looked like that could have been nasty for Delta, Manu and for Man. So we'll just wait now. Position changes. Geke currently one of the big winners there, but he's had to pit onto the medium tyres. He'll do well to take them to the end, but he up 12 places. Connor's had a good opening stint. He's up 5 places, so Smoggy Ghost as well. They're up. Sternberg's the actually only man who started 4th and stayed in 4th. Everyone else been dropping and changing. We've got Isaac down 7. He difficult start. KG reserves, but he's doing what he needs to do. And then we have Armour Sam as well, up a few places. Maverick up 7 positions, so great opening 9 laps for him. Still a long way to go in this race. Manu has served his 10-second penalty as well. Fresh front wing, fresh tyres. 3-second penalty for Blurred Magic. That must have had a bit of an issue going through Spoon by the looks of it. I think that was. So 3 seconds under safety car, that's not what you need. So let's have a quick look as well. So the penalties, Josh Boy could not serve that 10-second penalty in the pit lane this time round because he'd only just received it. So 10 seconds on his name. Connor with 3, Blurred Magic as well. The 2 other drivers in the 3-second club. But here we have the tyres. Here's everybody who has pitted. I would have to say those in the hard tyres who are able to pit there are the beneficiaries more than the others. I would have to say that you've got people like the top 5 especially in a great position to go long into this race, potentially take it to the end. But are we going to see the wet stuff? Or is it going to get a little bit damp towards the end of the race? Well, I had that little birdie tell me. But Scottish Mav and Geke going to be very quick, I'd imagine, at the start of this race. I just want to quickly check that Haas. There's a new bit that's came out in the game. Yes, they are. I like that. So as you can see, the livery for the Haas, the special livery for the Dakota Texas Grand Prix, coming up this weekend in real life, of course, not here in MRC. But there is a new challenge on F125 that you can beat a set lap time around COTA and get this livery. So Scottish Mav has done that this evening. Is Armour running it as well? I think he might be. I'm not sure if he's done it. I'll have a quick look now as it goes past him. He is not. So there's the standard Haas livery. We're going with the Scottish Mav. I hope he'll get a side-on shot. And here's a bit more blue, and there we are, the stars and stripes of the American flag, which I will not do next time again. So we'll move on from that one. Right, folks, I'm sure a safety car will look to potentially come in at the end of this lap, as it's just by magic. You'd think I've done this before. So, Josh Boy, the Williams, is our now de facto safety car for this restart. I'm going to back the pack up. That's the safety car there through the Casio Triangle as the train of cars, the crocodile as they call it, sneaks its way through. Now then, when does the Williams go? He goes out of the Casio Triangle when he possibly can drop the hammer, and away we go. Green flag racing once more. Josh Boy leads us away, all clean, all nip and tuck as we start the lap. But I tell you what, who's that? It's a bit closer. That's Man having a look at Isaac. Got a great run off the Casio Triangle. Man with the medium tyres is gone round and through, and that's KG as well, follows him through. Great start for Man and KG. Man on the charge back. He'll be desperately unhappy with having to look at KG around the outside, and the S has thought about it. I thought he was going to have a go then. That would have been brave. Going back up now then, Connor was struggling to get to the back of Sternberg just before the safety car, and now finds himself all up the rear end of the Mercedes Man, all up the chuff, as he would say. Man and Maverick, Maverick's got a moment somewhere. Don't know if he got a bit out of shape. Oh, Isaac nearly squeezed for Maverick. And now we've got Owen having a sneaky look through as well. Owen had to go off track, I think, and he's now got a 3-second penalty as he battles. Where was Manu having a look at Armour? Armour had to back out, which allowed Manu had to back out of it as well. But Owen, I was having a look at Mustang, and then I think the Mustang must have bucked a little bit. Well, as the mule that he is, and then, oh, look at this, they're racing now. KG on the outside of 130 as well. The gloves are off, folks. Racing is real now. The say boxes in the first round where they just throw a couple of jabs just way up their opponents, and now we've had this safety car, last time 3 seconds, but we've had that safety car, we've had that stoppage, and now we're back racing, and everyone pushing on. Sternberg has dropped just a little bit wide of that. Oops, got a little bit too wide, exit at turn 2. But this will give Connor, Marv and the chasing pack a little bit of hope, knowing that Sternberg's just potentially outside at the great end of the S's though. Sternberg, so he's pulled a couple of tenths back to the top 3. But those behind Connor as well is going to want to get through as quickly as possible, because he doesn't want any gaps to start forming and make it difficult for himself. KG's on a charge, but we know that. Very quick driver is KG. Through on Geke now. I'm sure Man will look to come through, but Geke with those medium tyres, get them up to temperature, they will come good very soon for him. And it's going to be interesting now, like I say, with these hard tyre drivers. 15 laps to go after this one. You could possibly take it towards the end. They could potentially only have that early one-stop strategy with the help of that safety car. Manu as well now up into 12. DRS is active, so now we've got GHD hair straighteners. He's going to kill me for that, I'm sure he is. He's not. I hope he takes it as Jess. KG Marvin in the background you could see, but GXD not quite close enough. But look, Smoggy goes just sitting there pretty at the moment, just doing what he needs to do, holding back Connor through on Sternberg. Got a good exit through the Castro Triangle once again. DRS open, and now the Williams driver has that gap 1.6, 1.3 now to the top 3, and it just seems to be that last part where the drivers ahead just sort of tripping up themselves through the last part of the S's. Don't worry folks, that is not, oh, that was a little bit wide from Connor. That could have been a warning. He was over the white line, I think, just with the outside of his tyres. He's got to push on, trying to close the gap as much as he possibly can, save us some battery, because he still has to defend. KG is a man on a charge. He will have a few pit stops, and he's battling now around the outside of Sternberg. On the curve though, I mentioned this earlier, if you get on that exit curve, it's kind of just skateboard. You can't really get the grip to get back off it, but he was trying, and now he's going left, he's going right, he's going to be on the inside into 130. Oh, we get a rubbish camera angle, gonna have to, oh, that was close. That was nearly contact. I think there was. That could have ended a big crash for both Sternberg and KG. Oh, look at the grip that he gets, KG, down the hill, gets the move done. Now he's got to chase after Connor because the top 2 have changed. GXD was close to Josh Boy, gets the move done, takes the lead. Connor just lost a couple of tenths at the end of that lap. He's not by himself. He's close in through the first sector, which tells me he's running a bit of a higher downforce setup, because he's just closed about a second, near enough, in that first sector. So to me, he's running a bit of a higher downforce setup through that first sector, which is really playing dividends, can really hold the car, can really carry the speed up. It goes a little bit wide though through there, and he's still under 3 seconds. I think he's had a few moments. What's happened to Sternberg? Oh, he's gone through with his second Degner curb. Oh, he just has to let the drivers go through, and he's... Oh, Isaac's left the session as well. Oh, this is all going Pete Tong for some of the main players this evening. Oh, I feel sorry for Sternberg. He's, well, retired on track, but that's... Oh dear. Look at that one later. But Isaac, he was on a charge back up into 10th, and now he's lost connection as well. Again. Now let's have a look. Smoggy Ghost just dropped off the back. Now, let's have a look. So that's allowed Connor, who's had a good last sector this time round, hasn't lost too much time, is now closing to the back of Smoggy Ghost, but he's got KG for company. That's KG reserving this evening, which is great. He's just gone on the outside of Dunlop. Connor's not going to fight that one. I think Connor, if he plays this one, will just use KG to pull him along a little bit more, I think that's the best option for Connor, but there's been a bit of contact, big contact KG on the brakes. Caught Connor. And then Connor's got damage. I think that's missing half the front wing. It's just the end plate for the Williams. Now that's the right hand end plate. So I think the left hand. Oh no, he is struggling. Struggling the right handers. I was going to say that's where he's going to struggle. He was having some great racing. Connor and KG had an error somewhere. Maybe under brakes. Maybe lost the rear a little bit. Was slow. That Connor just sort of misjudged his brake a little bit, and that's now caused damage to the Williams. He's going to be really unhappy. Smoggy Ghost really struggling to stay with the top two now. They're pulling away. 2 seconds is their gap to Smoggy Ghost. Now let's go further back, shall we? Delta Manu. He's got now back through on Man. So Delta, he had a 10-second penalty for the collision. Big collision that brought out the safety car. And now they find themselves now 8th and 9th. Closing and pushing to the back of Scottish Mav and Geke. But difference in tyres, Man there on the 7-lap old medium tyres, not be at their freshest and at their finest at this point. They won't have dropped away yet. That'll happen in the next 3 laps or so. So another pit stop surely for those on the medium tyres. That safety car coming at the wrong time for those. They of course started on the hard compound tyres. Everyone else around starting on the mediums, which allowed an early switch to the more preferred longevity of the hard race tyre. Manu really pushing on, closing to the back of Geke, who I think was actually preferring the hard compound tyres. He not really struggled really just a bit with the grip now, as Connie is struggling with that front wing damage. Has dropped now 3 seconds to the back of KG. He was close to the back of Smoggy Ghost as well before that, now falling the clutches of the Texas liveried Haas behind him, as Manu does now get through on Geke. Superior grip for the McLaren. So there's a few battles forming here, especially those with different tyres as well. KG and Smoggy got through, there it is, and just before the Lenovo came to the top of the screen, you saw it using the DRS, so the Ferrari up to 3rd. Nav wasn't able to. I'll say that he wasn't, but he is now into turn 3. Connor struggling. Oh, 5 to 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That's unlucky for him, but this is another one of those. Yes, he's 18th, but that doesn't matter. Anything can happen in these races. Same with Connie, just needs to keep plugging on. I wonder if Connor may try a pit stop within the next lap or 2. If he's got another set potentially of medium tyres, they will go to the end. New front wing, medium tyres, they could be very quick. The only issue Connor has got is that the field is very close. Look at the gaps. The biggest gap there to Blurred Magic with 8 seconds. Then you got Fibers, who has just pitted. He's the next major gap there. And look at the speed that Delta Manu has now. Connor struggling through the right hand corners, goes very wide again through Spoon. That's allowed Manu to go straight through. Manu now, Connor struggling for grip, struggling for pace. I just wonder. I think it was almost a yellow flag there, and I think Manu went through on Connor as he was off track and had to give the place back. So Connor takes that 6th place back, but it's only a matter of time for Manu to come through, surely. But Connor does now dive into the pits, can't cope anymore. It's a big shame for him. Was having such a great race so far. What else of the gaps have we got so far? Manu seems to be the man on a mission. Of course, had a difficult first stint, didn't he? Was in the wars quite a lot. Big collision with Man as well, bringing out the safety car, but has fought his way through. New had to serve 10-second penalty in the pits and have a new nose cone. Now showing his pace here this evening. Of course, the man on pole position, close to the back of Scottish Mav already. This man flying this evening. Those hard tyres just offering so much more grip. Was able to hold the tight line while Scottish Mav got a little bit squirrely on the power. And I'm pretty sure by now, there it is, he is through already. Scottish Mav had a moment. Delta Manu now gets 3 seconds well for going wide. What happened to Scottish Mav? Missing an end plate. Half a front wing. I wonder, it's on the outside as well. I wonder if he just got a bit squirrely. He just going around 10-12. The camera angle was absolutely appalling in the fact that it didn't show a single thing. And look at that. Big damage for the Haas. He's now got his teammate Armour behind him. I'm sure he's just going to let him go through, which he does. Of course, Armour, strong tier 1 man. Great driver. Is the Haas going to pit? Has to with that much damage. Unfortunate. That's heartbreaking for Scottish man. But he's going to be like Connor. Where is Connor? There he is. Fresh nose cone. Fresh medium tyres. Will be very quick towards the end of this race, I feel. Owen pits as well. 10 laps on the mediums. If they could take them at 10 to 12, you could take the hard tyres the rest of the way. It's going to be interesting to see if those drivers will decide, look at this, Massa Maverick. And that was Connor 2.0 as well in battle. Connor's missing an end plate. Ring damage here is showing to be so crucial, and the difference that it makes, and the difficulties of from an end plate to have a front wing missing for some drivers. It's so difficult for them. The high speed corner nature through the first sector of the S's, through the Degners, through Spoon and 130R. It's proving so difficult if you lose any kind of downforce, especially that stability from the front end. It's just causing all sorts of pain, and the lap times that you are just bleed away and throw to your competitors. Better to take your medicine, hit the pit lane, have fresh tyres, have fresh front wing, and then you'll be able to push once again. Now then, GXD, our race leaders, pitted at end of lap 20. Bird Magic joins the Bird Magic's retired from the session. Is that where would it be? Where would it be? It is a safety car. There it is. It's a safety car. I don't know where Blurred Magic went. But we have a safety car. Oh, Mustang with 10 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Wow, so has GXD. Oh, Isaac's gone for the soft tyres. Oh, that's an interesting one. So's Maverick. Well, this is going to be a flurry now, ladies and gents. Connors could find himself back up in the mix as well, as long as he doesn't hit the safety car. Well done. Job number 1 done. But now Armour has to pit as well. KG has to pit, which they do under safety car. Actually, KG got Josh Boy just before the safety car came out. But now, let's have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen, because penalties are going to play in. Josh Boy can actually serve his 10-second penalty and get rid of it, not lose too much time. He may lose it still to GXD, but everyone now driving to the Delta, they were able to go at racing speed, while GXD was in the pit lane. So this is now, let's have a look, interval leader, there we are. So it cuts the time down. I think Josh Boy may come out behind GXD should he decide to pit, and I would think this is a time you would want to pit. I think you're forced into it. The tyre delta, the difference in the wear is going to be huge, and I think you're going to have to get a fresh set. Softs for some people, mediums for others. Smoggy Ghost follows suit as well. Manu, Fire Rooster. Well, Manu stayed out. Interesting. Framing track position. Hard tyres, that's an interesting one. Okay, pits. Armour has to pit. GXD now then. Where is he? There he is. Where's Josh Boy? Where is he? There he is. He's still stationary. He had to serve the 10-second penalty. And it does look this way, it leaves you. There he is. So he actually comes up behind Smoggy Ghost. That's how much time he lost in the pits. Where's Connor? There he is, coming down the start-finish straight. I was looking where he was in comparison to those around. Armour comes out just ahead of the man in the Williams, who he does actually have 6 seconds as well, unfortunately. So Armour on into the switch is fair enough. He is a reserve driver. So's KG as well. Fair play. They will, I'm sure, move over very soon. So let's go back to it, folks, shall we? Let's go back to that penalty situation. Delta fans are back up in the lead. with 3 seconds worth of penalty. But he has 12 lap old hard tyres. GXD, fresh medium tyres behind. Didn't lose out too much when he pitted that lap before difficulties. Rain in 5 minutes. Well, Mr. Rooster, thank you. Oh, Blur Match lost at the double right hand at the Degners. Understandable. It is a tough one, that one, my friend. It's a difficult corner, that one. Rain in 5 minutes. So that is going to come in the last couple of laps. Now, I know that, of course, KG and Armour are reserves, so they are going to have to pit anyway, and I think they were doing that for, well, because they are going to drop down the field and let drivers do. That's what they do. However, I'm now looking at these tyres. Delta Manu may have a bit of a problem. Worn hard tyres against fresh mediums anyway are going to be difficult. However, if the rain comes, and now he pits. So Manu now pits and will lose a huge amount of time. He'll be behind Connor 2.0. He'll be in 15th. Now, what tyres is Delta going to put on? It's going to be soft tyres? Or is he going to risk it and put the medium the inters on? He does put the inters on! Wow! Delta Manu and the inters. Is that going to be a stroke of genius from him? He's been in the wars. We've seen it. Had a few spins. Had a big accident with Man, of course, bringing out the first safety car. But now he's put the intermediate tyres on. It's on the back of the pack as well. I'm not sure yet if the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Somehow he's managed to get past Connor Russ, and they're just driving off track, so that will allow people to go through. Not always advisable to do it that way, but he has. So, right, this is going to be interesting. It has clouded over a little bit, but could Geke and Isaac, those on the soft tyres, they will heat up quickly. They'll have a bit more grip than those around, but the fresh mediums should be okay as well. Connor may struggle a little bit. He's only done a couple of laps though on those tyres. But let's run on board with the race they did. It has started to cloud over. There are no trickles on the visor along the halo just yet, but keep your eyes peeled, folks, because the next couple of laps we could see a lot of changes happening. Armour just letting people go through as well. Safety car, maybe a late call. The pack's close together, I think. If it does, it'd be a very late call indeed if it decides to go through, and it is coming in. Wow, that was very late through the Casio Triangle. Few gaps have formed. That's unfair. But now JXD pushed the hammer down out to the final corner. The only time he could do. He's got KG for company on inters. That won't end well. But Smuggy goes Josh Boy. Geke's there. Connor's there. Man is there as well. 4 laps to go. Oh, Jake has had a poor one. That's unlucky. So Fox Rivers said there's rain in 5 minutes. I want to know who Fox is looking at. I want to know who he's with. That'll be an interesting one. But here we go. It's rain. Did I just see rain, folks? It's raining. It's raining. The first spots have appeared while the drivers are trying to get the heat into the tyres after the end of the safety car. How heavy is it going to get? Is it going to get heavy? Are we going to start losing grip? What can GXD do? Is it GHD, the GXD hairdryer? Can he blow it off? Ah, he's with Geke. Okay, fair play. So you're getting... How is Geke... I want to know how Geke is feeling on the soft tyres. That's what I would like to know. That's what I want to see. That's all I'm bothered about. I don't want to upset him. I don't want to give too many secrets away. We're not doing that kind of driving, that kind of information overload and giving it away. But GXD has got his hairdryer. He is drying the track around ahead of him, hopefully, and that's what he's going to want, to keep it as dry as possible. Those medium tyres to keep working. KG's on the inters, doesn't want to burn out. DRS is still enabled, it is not wet enough at this point. Geke there in 5th. He has Connor Hardy for company, who also has Isaac as well. Man has pitted. Scottish Mav has also pitted. I wonder if they're going to see intermediate tyres. Are we thinking it's going to get heavier as the next lap or so goes through? It is Man on the inters. It's who else was there? Scottish Mav. Is he going to have the inters in the Hasmobile? Keep an eye on the left hand side of your screens, folks, and I'm sure he's going to turn from the yellow M to the green I. There we are. Oh no, front wing damage for Scottish Mav. He didn't. I wonder if it's a drive through. Anywho, moving on. So, 3 more laps to go after this one. GXD running away at this moment in time. KG battling with the intermediate tyres. Well, this is doing GXD a big favour, because Smoggy, Ghost and Josh Boy and Keke not able to get close. Oh no, there's another safety car right at the end. Oh, Fire Rooster through the Degners. Got it wrong. I think he might have outbroke himself. Looks like he got on the curb. He was on the entrance to the second Degner, so I think he may have gone straight on over a curb. 50 laps on those mediums will not have felt nice anyway. KG has to pit under the safety car rules and does. Now the driver's deciding to stay out on their dry tyres. Maybe thinking we're only going to get... Well, yes, they will lose quite a lot of time. Oh, Isaac. So, what'll happen here? Oh, Rassam's out as well. We'll wait and see for everything just to calm itself down. But what is going to happen here for us? Oh, interesting. Look at this. Everybody behind. They've pitted for the intermediate tyres. We're going to have 2 laps of racing, don't forget, folks. 2 laps of green flag racing. So what's going to happen there, when that happens, is that this is only going to go out. The safety car's going to come in at the end of this lap. What's going to be interesting to see if Delta can, well, he's there, sorry, if was it Cage, Geke will be able to close to the back if he's not within a Delta. The way he's driving doesn't look like there is a Delta on that kick Sauber, so he's going to be able to hopefully himself will close to the back of the train, fresh intermediate tyres. He's going to hope those ahead of him are going to really struggle on their dry tyres. But now obviously the penalties, big difference now. Connor 6 seconds of penalties is going to hurt him down the order. Delta Manu 3 seconds, Isaac with 10 and Owen with 3, the only drivers with penalties this evening. Isaac now adds to that and gets another 3 seconds. But now the field just starting to bunch together, because safety car is coming in now with 2 laps of racing. We may get the DRS on the final lap. Now then, what can GXD do? He had a good restart last time, was pushed into it as the safety car came in, gave the signal right at the end of the Casio triangle, but he's going to have a bit of a better run at it this time round. The rain is starting to fall. Has he got the grip? He goes at the exit of the Casio triangle. Sogagos couldn't quite get the power down, and away we go. 2 more laps to go. Look at this behind Connor. Delta's there. KG's there as well. They're all being up each other's chuffed nose to tail. Down the start finish straight. Connor keeps ahead. I think this is just about Delta's having a look at Connor through turn 2. Connor struggling. Delta was sliding as well. What about the Ferrari KG? He's been interested. Can't get through yet. I don't know if we're at the crossover point. I think those tyres are going to be fresh enough though to give him the grip so far. KG's going to go around the outside of Connor and gets the move done. So maybe the Inters are just about there. We shall wait and see what Geke can do What can Geke? Connor had a bit of a moment through the second Tekna. But those who pitted, is it going to be key as Manu has battled and struggling for grip as KG's come through once again. GXD pulled a gap 1.4 seconds ahead as we go to Spoon for this penultimate time. 1.3 now ahead of Smoggy Ghost. Josh Boy there still in third, still very, very close, still threatening to be there. The other Williams driver, he's got KG pushing him up and down their back straight. KG just being patient for now. As we start final lap. It's been exciting, there's been some great racing, there's been a few incidents. But now it comes down to this final lap as KG does pit, which he would do. But now, what can GXD do? Smoggy Ghost a second behind. Josh Boy very close. Manu as well. Intermediate tyres for him. Connor struggling on those mediums. He's done 9 laps. I know there's been a few under the safety car, but they're still not going to feel too good. We know that they don't like a heat cycle. The medium tyres never have done on the F1 games. Struggling to the grip, can't keep with the drivers ahead. Geke all over the back on the intermediate tyres as well. Manu off the back of the other Williams driver now. Both Williamses struggling for overall pace. This is going to be crucial. Look at Manu trying to squeeze through on Josh Boy. That's not a move there. He's going to try to have a look into the hairpin. Can't quite. Josh Boy just defends it. Manu got it right this time. I know he got it wrong earlier in the race, but he's now got the power. He's using whatever battery, but he's flashing that rain light because he's on the intermediate tyres. He's using battery. They're side by side and just Spoon. There's just enough room. Oh, Josh had to go wide. Manu takes the place. Manu into third, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Now then, what can he do? Can Josh Boy keep it? But GXD's coming into the Casio Triangle for the final time. The Alpine driver comes through. He's got Smoggy Ghost close company, but he's not going to be close enough. GXD is going to take the win here in Japan with Smoggy Ghost in second. Josh Boy, the Williams, is going to finish on the podium. Delta in fourth. It's Owen gets up there. Actually, let's just wait. This Louis the Grill. Wow, what a race. Where did he come from? Do apologise, Louis. That was a wow, well done. Congrats to you, finishing fifth ahead of Geke in sixth. Owen seventh. Connor in eighth after penalties. Man will finish in ninth. Isaac, tough one for Isaac today, unfortunately. In 10th, Maverick in 11th with KG, after that coming in 12th. Scottish Marv 13th, Connor 2.0, 40th and Armour, of course, in 15th. Now we can breathe a little bit, because that was some great racing, folks. A bit of a mixed fortune, mixed conditions at the end as well. Really spicing things up for everybody. Really difficult conditions for the drivers. GXD's been sacked for that celebration. GXD takes the win. The fastest lap to Armour. Geke with the drive of the day for the game. Most overtakes to Delta. The amount of times he unfortunately had to come through the field, and Armour takes the cleanest driver award. So here are your provisional standings, ladies and gents, for here in Japan Tier 4. GXD on the top step with Smoggy Ghost in second. Josh Boy in third. Delta Manu in fourth with Louis in fifth. Geke in sixth ahead of Owen in seventh. Then Connor, the other Williams, in eighth. Man in ninth. 10th for Isaac. Then Mustang in 11th. KG 12th. Scottish Marv 13th. Connor 2.0 14th with Armour in 15th. Wassam. Unfortunately, DNF with Fire Rooster, Blurred Magic and Sternberg. If I'm going to give a drive of the day, I think I'm going to have to give it to, as the game did, to Geke Matthew, 19th, disqualified in qualifying up to 6th. A great race. Also to Owen as well, and all of the finishers and the driver this evening. It may have been a shambles, mate, but it is unfortunately sometimes how races go. It's one of those things, my friend. You come back next week, we keep on pushing, we keep on trying, and we improve. That is what happens. We also have an independent stewards team who will look at any footage and any report if you feel there was damage done or people weren't driving to the sportsmanlike conduct and standards as well. That's it, folks, for your Wednesday night entertainment here in MRC. Sorry for the delay. We do apologise, it was a bit late. So, thank you very much for joining us all. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow evening for Tier 0. So, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We will speak to you very, very soon. Have a lovely evening.